Welcome back, students. We are on the fourth lesson of this online class, and I'm so happy to receive good comments from you, suggestions from you about this class. Today we will learn invitation. Before going into the lesson, let us see what we can do to be happy during these corona times. So I talked about microgreens, doing exercise, and the real mental exercise comes when you read books. When you get some time, get into the world of books, the dream of books. I suggest one book if you have it with you at home. This is Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. It's a wonderful book. It will improve your vocabulary like anything. A person who has read this book and a person who has not read this book are not the same. It's a very easy to read book. Once you finish this book, definitely I can tell you that your vocabulary might have increased by around 3000 to 4000 words. That means your passive vocabulary, and there would be a change of 1000 words in your active vocabulary. So it's such a magical book. And about the language trivia, I have two words with me that are related to this pandemic. One is doom scrolling, obsessive scrolling for updates about corona and this virus, death tolls, even though there is no good news. That is called doom scrolling. Another word related to this pandemic is panicdemic. This panicdemic happens especially due to the doom scrolling. So avoid doom scrolling. Try to find out ways to be happy and enjoy yourself. Coming back to our lesson, I told you today we will learn invitation. What is invitation? What comes to your mind when we talk about invitation? Have you ever been invited for a party? Or have you ever invited somebody for a party by giving an invitation card or a letter? Have you ever seen your parents' marriage invitation cards? If not, just ask them. Sometimes they may have a copy of it. What is an invitation? Man is a social animal by nature. Hence, interaction is indispensable for human beings. We need to interact. We hold many social functions such as our birthday celebrations, engagement, wedding, marriage anniversary, and many such functions. So, an invitation is a written or verbal request inviting someone to go somewhere or do something. An invitation is a request or an attempt to get another person to join you at a specific event. When you ask people to attend a party or witness your marriage or participate in the annual day function, annual day celebrations of your school or sports day celebrations, Gandhi Jayanti, Republic Day celebrations by giving an invitation. So that is an invitation card or letter. Invitation can be in the form of a letter or a card. Invitation can be formal or informal. Before moving on, I would like to give you some insight into what are the kinds of invitations that we are going to learn this year. Invitation is a new writing skill for you. You have not studied it in your class 11th. Here is a flowchart to explain the kinds of invitations that we study this year. Let us have a look at this. Invitation is of two kinds: formal invitation and informal invitation. And in formal invitation, it is divided into two. One is invitation card. Invitation card is written in third person. And another one is invitation letter. It is written in first person and it has got the format of a formal letter. And another kind of invitation is informal invitation. Informal invitation letter. There is no informal invitation card, only there is letter. And coming back to the informal invitation card, a card is given when a group is invited. For example, a marriage function or annual day celebrations. A group of people are invited. A group is invited to the function. So we cannot write separate letters to everybody. So we print invitation cards. And invitation letters, formal invitation letters are written or printed for a VIP, for a special invitee to a function. Suppose we conduct our annual day or sports day in the school, in our school, we invite a chief guest. You cannot give that invitation card that is printed for everybody to this chief guest. So we write a letter to the chief guest inviting him. So that is formal invitation letter. And the format I told you, it is the format of a formal letter with a subject and all other details. Coming back to informal letter, there is no subject. The format is of an informal letter and one person is invited. So when you write a letter, one person is invited or a particular person is invited. When you write a card, print a card, a group of people are invited. So basically we have three types of invitations: formal invitation card, formal letter and informal letter. Also we will go through how to prepare replies for these invitations. Replies are of two kinds: accepting invitation and declining. You are happy to accept the invitation, you write a reply accepting it, or you cannot reach there due to some other prior engagement, you decline the invitation. So two kinds of replies are there: accepting and declining. We will go to only one type of invitation, that is formal invitation card. Formal invitation card. So this is a printed card inviting guests to be present on a particular occasion. Such invitations do not include the name of addressee and it is written in third person. It is very important. Many students make mistakes in this. Formal invitation cards are written in third person. So we will discuss it when we write the format. Let us see what are the features of a formal invitation. So the first thing is that it is written in a single sentence. A single sentence presentation is there. When you see the marriage invitations, you will find that there is only one sentence. So the next point is the invitation should be written in third person and not in first person or second person. Sentence is used in formal letters cards, and a very polite and courteous tone should be used while writing formal invitation cards. And dates must be written in letters in a card, and you should not use abbreviations for days and all. Date should be written like 4th January or 4th May 2000 XX. The date of writing this card should not be mentioned. Just like a notice or a letter, date of writing should not be mentioned, and no signature is required at the end. And length as per the cbse guidelines is limited to 50 words only. So just remember that invitations come under short writing skills. And the last point to remember is that a card should be enclosed in a box. So now let us move on to the marking scheme. This marking scheme is same as the short writing skill. It is the third question in the question paper and first question in the writing skills. So format, 1 mark, content 2 marks, expression 1 mark, and total 4 marks. So now I'll explain the format. What is the format of this formal invitation card? I'll explain the format of formal invitation card with the help of two examples. The first one here is an invitation for the birthday, 5th birthday of Mr. and Mrs. Mishra's son. So this is the format of a formal invitation card. You might have seen that it is written, the entire content is centralized. It is written in the center. So just take care of that. And the first line, who is inviting? And the second line is the standard expression that is used in all the invitation cards. Request the pleasure of your benign presence. So we have other standard expressions. Request the pleasure of your company. Solicit the gracious presence. Solicit your gracious presence. And cordially invite you. Cordially request the honor of your presence. So like that. Where at the grand dinner on the auspicious occasion of the 5th birthday of their son. That is very important. Their son, not our son. Mr. and Mrs. Gupta request the pleasure of your presence at the grand dinner on the auspicious occasion of the 5th birthday of their son. So there you mention the purpose of invitation. There are different ways to different kinds of purposes are there, to celebrate his promotion or to honor somebody, or on the occasion of the marriage of their son, or on the occasion of their 3rd wedding anniversary, like that. Then the place, at their residence, address of the residence, 39 Shekhar Colony, Madurai. Then time and day, at 8:30 p.m. on 18th March. So here you should not use abbreviation. Never write on 22/3/2020. Never write like that. So you have seen that there are inline commas to separate the numbers or days, day with year and all, but there are no end-line commas or end-line full stops. So there are no full stops. Only inline commas in the places where it is needed, like to separate the words in address and the date. Otherwise punctuation is not used. And at the end you have seen RSVP. RSVP is a French phrase, répondez s'il vous plaît, which means please respond. Respond if it pleases you. That is the meaning of RSVP. So after RSVP, we write the contact number. So this is the format of an invitation card. Just write this format in your notebook along with the side notes. Another type that is usually asked in examinations are like annual day celebrations or sports day celebrations. Here we have an annual day celebration card. So first, name of the host, principal, staff and students of Kendriya Vidyalaya, Tirumalagiri, Secunderabad. Name of the host is written there. Then the standard expression, cordially invite you to their annual day celebration. Purpose, annual day celebration. Then time, day and place are written there. Then another important thing that you have not seen in the previous format is the name of the chief guest and guests. Sri S.M. Salim, Deputy Commissioner, KV Hyderabad region, will grace occasion as the chief guest. That's a standard phrase that you can use. And Srimadi Shamshad Begum has kindly consented to give away the prizes. So that phrase, kindly consented to, that can be used in notice also. Has kindly consented to be the chief guest. Then if any other information is there, instruction is there, you can write it. So here it is written, please be seated by 16:45 hours. Then at the end, contact number. So this is a format of an invitation card for annual day celebrations or school related celebrations. Now let us see accepting invitation. So it is there on the screen. Accepting invitation, write sender's address and write the date. Then Mr. and Mrs. Sheshadri are very much pleased to receive the invitation to attend the grand dinner party organized by Mr. and Mrs. Mishra on occasion of the 5th birthday of their son at their residence. So it's a third person address. A birthday of their son at their residence on 18th March. They confirm their presence at the party. Who? Mr. and Mrs. Sheshadri. They confirm their presence at the party. Here you can see full stop is used at the end of sentences, but no name, no signature at the end. Next is declining invitation, formal, declining invitation, formal card. So the same way, address, sender's address, date. Mr. and Mrs. Sheshadri are very much pleased to receive the invitation, the same sentence. They express their heartfelt gratitude for the invitation, but with regret, they convey their inability to attend the party due to some prior engagement. You have to thank them for the invitation, then state the inability with proper reason. Then you have to convey your best wishes to the program for the success of the program. So that is a matter of courtesy, and that should be written in third person again. Never write we wish all the best for the program or I wish, but instead you have to write they wish all the best for the program. So that is the format for declining invitation. So write all these 4 formats with the side notes in your notebook. So next day we will go to formal invitation letters. Formal invitation letter and 2 kinds of replies: declining invitation letter and accepting invitation letter. So do this homework that is given to you and be ready for the next class. Thank you.